was recovering. I couldn't be commenting the Meltwater Champions Chess Tour, but I'm very happy that I more or less managed to recover for this event. I cannot see that I already fully recovered, but I really hope that this therapy, you know, this Fischer random chess therapy will help me fully recover. And one question is, did you play the qualification events?
I did not try to qualify, no. But what I have done is I have played a Fischer random tournament in Reykjavik.
Really?
Yeah, a couple of years ago. It was during this Reykjavik Open, the annual tournament. They had one rest day one year with a big Fischer random tournament, which was very, very strong. For instance, I remember in one game I played Alireza Firouzja. This was a couple of years ago, so he was not as strong as today, of course. But yeah, he was outplaying me completely, very close to winning. Had some big attack, and at some point I simply castled on the other side, and I escaped. And I don't remember if I finally won or if it was a draw, but at least I didn't lose, and I was completely lost. So I have some experience of playing Fischer random in Reykjavik specifically.
Yeah, that's wonderful to hear. And then you already mentioned this castling business. Yeah, that's one of the trickiest part in Fischer random, a part of many other things. I really hope that soon enough we will get the live board, because 15 minutes prior to the start of the games, the chess position, the 900 chess 960 position gonna be drawn, for which the players will be playing a mini match. This is also very, very special. So let's just talk about the format. Yeah, it's 8 players, 2 groups with 4 players, and the first 2 will qualify to the semifinals. So really a lot at stake. I don't know, did you already got accustomed to the regulation? It's quite specific.
Not really, no.
No, yes. So basically what I understood, that the players will be playing the same position with the white and then with the black pieces. As based on this result, they will determine how many points they get. So if they manage to win the mini match, they get 2 points. If it's gonna be a tie 1-1, then it's 1 point each, and if someone loses, then of course he gets 0 points. That's how I understand the system, which means actually that despite there are only 4 players in each groups, they will be playing 12 games. 12 games, so 6 mini matches against each other. It's quite a lot. I like the format because if you lose one game, even if you lose another game, you still have chances to bounce back.
Yeah, definitely, and also you need a couple of extra games, I think, in Fischer random especially, because so much can happen. Yeah, it's very unpredictable compared to normal chess, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, let's talk about now the other aspect, which is very interesting. That I think every player has the right to get a second with him for this 15 minutes time frame before the game. Yeah, so when they got to know the position, they have access with their seconds for 15 minutes to this position to discuss, not to use any engines. So this is like really old school, and this is just fantastic to hear, you know, that the players are able to prepare for the games without any engines involvement, just their pure head. And I remember very well that when I had a discussion with Bobby Fischer, when he stayed here in Hungary, and he was saying, Peter, you know what, Fischer random chess has to be played because people need to take care of the health of the players, because there is already so much information. Even back then, it was like some 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago, in fact, Bobby was already very keen, and ever since we know that what an incredible load on information is getting on the players, on their seconds and everything. So I really feel that this is a very fresh and very good initiative that the Fischer random chess is getting now stronger and stronger.
Yeah, definitely. I think, if I recall correctly, they used the same system in the Sinkfield Cup when they played Fischer random there, right? That you had some amount of time that you could discuss the positions.
Yes, however, I think they are like paired with groups, yeah, because it's not
exactly.
an
They were
World
with
Championship, it's a
players
friendly
themselves.
atmosphere, right?
Exactly. Now here you have a second. For instance, I was playing in the Bundesliga this weekend, like 2 days ago. I played with Nikita Vityugov. A rather uneventful game, but he told me that he would actually go there as Nepo second and be part of this sort of preparation, this 15 minutes. So he was looking forward to it as well. But in my opinion, 15 minutes is quite little to be able to, of course, understand anything what is going on in the starting position even. But it's definitely, the idea is interesting, but I wouldn't mind actually seeing even a little bit more time.
Exactly, yeah. I feel like half an hour would be, but then probably the event would be also very long, yes. So it's an experiment somehow in some way, yeah. It's a new format, everything. So I think it's also understandable from the organization point of view that they are trying to give as much time as possible, but also to keep it within some time frames. There are 4 games a day, yeah. So it's a super tough event on everyone, yeah, because okay, you always play in 2 blocks, yes. So the first game will be, the first position will be used in 2 games. This I think helps the players to get a little bit, I mean, for sure the second game will be already much more easier for the players, yeah, because then they have seen what their opponents are doing and so on.
Actually, to be honest, I wouldn't mind playing, let's say, all day with the same position. I don't know what you think about it, but I mean, especially, like, I know when I play myself how confusing it is, and I can only imagine how it is as a spectator, when you are not so much into the thing, yeah? Like, it would make some sense to have at least the same day so that you actually can get some understanding of what is going on in the starting position. But still without any possibility to, like, you cannot have it for 2 days, for example, because then it will already be computer preparation and so on. But to have a couple of games at least with the same position, to get some possibility at least to understand a little bit of what is going on.
And talking about positions, I think we already have the first live position of the second Fischer Random World Championship from Reykjavik. Let's take a look. Yeah, I think no matter which game we select, it's the same position, so everything is correct. Everything is right. We have the position. Niels, then let's discuss. First of all,
Yes.
I see that the king is on e1. This is at least some good news, right?
That's very nice. No, but also especially the rooks are in relatively normal positions, let's say.
Yes, and wow, look at this. Yeah, the rook, knight, and bishop, everything is intact. However, be careful, guys. This bishop on d8 or a bishop on e1, the bishop on d1 as well. I mean, this is a very special piece because I have never commented on Fischer Random yet, but I did have my experience playing the Mainz first unofficial World Championship against Mickey Adams, and there was a bishop on e1. And that bishop on e1 in the very first game, we didn't make any use of it. And then in the second game, suddenly Mickey managed to activate that bishop to h4, which would mean, for example, from a bishop from d8 getting to a5, pinning me nastily, you know, and causing me so much trouble. Now when I see this bishop on d8, bishop on d1, I immediately recall all those memories, and I'm already wondering what the fate of this bishop on d1 will be.
Yeah, it's very tricky. I mean, yesterday, in order to warm up for the broadcast, I played a couple of games online. And then one game I checked with the engine and it gave me 0.6, the engine, in the starting position. And I was white and I made my first move, e2, e4. And then it was saying it's minus 0.5. So I planted the full pawn by playing e2, e4 on my first move.
Exactly, yeah, be careful with this. Also, this is a trick, yeah, because it's seemingly natural, but the rook on g1 and rook on g8 are a little bit different. Of course, one thing is almost clear, that white's knight will jump to g3. That sooner or later will happen in this game. I don't think we have to be Nostradamus to mention this. So let's speculate, because we still have some time before the game starts. How would you approach? Would you pick now white? Do you want to be white and I will try to react, or?
Okay, sure, I can try, but it's very confusing. But I mean, normally speaking, one would expect either d4 or e4, I guess.
Well, to be honest, I'm super careful. Yeah, I like to have everything under control. I feel like, just pushing a pawn all the way to e4, it's a bit scary for me personally, yeah, but I understand, yeah, that probably center is very important. On the other hand, we have seen many times things like e4, f5 happening, the queen is activated, and who knows what's going on.
That's true, but I was thinking a bit about that, but at least I have tempo with knight g3 very soon. So in this specific
So
case,
you
maybe I would take
yeah?
it and get some tempo.
And tempo.
And I'm not sure, but on the next move you are already castling with an open f-file, pressure against my king.
Exactly. Of course, okay, but it's also just one move for me to castle.
Yeah. No, I mean as black, yeah? Like you move the queen,
yes.
and the next move you are already attacking my king a bit, yeah?
Exactly, I mean
also, we can see this knight on h8 now as an excellent square on f4.
Yeah, yeah, so okay, we at least talked about that e4, f5, who knows exactly what's that. Then let's
but normally they say that you shouldn't move the queen, yeah? Too early.
You never know, I have experience.
That's true.
I mean, I'm a little bit scared of some Scandinavian quick castles and, you know, e5,
yeah,
e5,
sure.
whatever. Yeah, I think there are so many different aspects, and of course we don't have time to get very deep into it. I think it's kind of nice to highlight that, yeah, e4, f5 can lead to some very big imbalance right from the start.
So probably d4 is more solid on the first move, I guess. Yeah?
So it means you very much want to do something the same. I was even thinking, what about the strategical finesse with g4?
What is the, like after e5?
Yeah, well, after e5, well, my idea was that I was trying to, you know, discourage this f5 movement, get the knight to g3, but probably just premature because you are occupying the center.
I will play d5 happily, yeah? I mean, I will try to be classical, yeah?
Yes. Okay, the good news is, you know that after f4, bishop h4 check is not yet checkmate.
At least there is no mate, yeah?
Yes, this is some important stuff, yeah. So, okay, yeah, this g4 is probably a little bit too much. This is exactly as you said, yeah, from some 0.50 it might turn out to
yeah, maybe, yeah. No, c4 makes
50.
some sense, because you can put the knight behind, yeah?
Yes, yeah, that was the idea. And, okay, let's also talk about d4.
Yeah, d4.
Follow mo na po.
Occupying some space.
I mean, I guess d5 is quite solid, yeah?
Yeah, d5 should be solid. Okay, let's make a tempo move knight c3.
Yeah. Normally now you want to play knight f6 and prevent the e4, yeah? But you
exactly.
Cannot.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah, maybe this is already...
Maybe it's a huge tempo, yeah?
I mean, there is also knight c6, yeah? Who knows? It's already, you have to start to calculate.
Yeah, but for example, some knight c6 and then e4 and suddenly our queen will be much more faster getting into action.
Yeah, it feels dubious for black, let's say.
Yes, yes, this is very dangerous. So in fact, maybe the slightly modest d4, you know, because everything is protected, please play d5.
Yeah, definitely.
And then knight c3, that's already very dangerous. I mean, yeah, how to react to d4? Maybe f5, trying to play some Dutch.
I was thinking about f5, but I somehow didn't like this knight on h8. Yeah, it does not seem to go very well in combination with f5. Yeah.
Well, my whole experience is that what would drive me crazy in Fischer random that I want to make sense to everything, but probably you have to really put some high priorities. That okay.
Yeah, you have to be a bit more modest probably in the opening phase. Maybe knight c6, yeah, to go e5 on the next move.
Knight c6?
Provocation. I just provoke, yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's not our game. Okay, I gonna be provoked.
You want to, but yeah, I wanted knight b4 and some e6 or f5.
But you see how nicely my bishop is.
Yeah, that's the problem. c2 is defended, yeah.
Yeah, protecting the weakness, and then okay, I gonna go e4
yeah, you
and
go
I
e4
just
and you have time for a3 next.
Yeah, very, very tricky. I'm already very curious to know how people will be reacting to d4. Yeah. I'm also wondering when we will have the game starting. Because, yeah, d4 seems to be a super strong move.
It looks quite strong, yeah. What else can you do?
Yeah, not easy. These bishops on d8 and d1, these are very special ones, yeah.
Yeah, especially this this d5 knight c3 move is very unpleasant to face.
Yeah, because okay, maybe you should try to play some e6, but it closes the bishop, it opens the queen, but...
yeah, or c6 also. I mean,
or
to have
c6, yeah.
Bishop a5 late. Like, let's say you play e4, maybe I can, I don't know, bishop a5.
And you sacrifice the pawn.
Well, you mean you to the ED5 and Queen B5? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this I was sacrificing, but
Yeah, wow, I mean, it's...
I'm not sure if I have enough. Yeah, maybe I don't actually.
But who knows? I mean, bishop e6 and then some quick long time.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, okay, I think we have already seen in this couple of minutes enough to... Because for us it's very easy to speculate, but imagine the seconds there with all the tension, with the players working on these lines, because actually they can't take the moves back. Yeah, it's...
yeah, that's true.
Very tough. Wow. Okay, we keep this as a secret, yeah, because we prefer not to use any engines as well at the start. We will have the evaluation bar running once the game starts, just to get a feel for what's happening. And we have the first game on. Gretarsson started with e4. I think it's a big relief for Wesley, I have to say. And why it's very interesting, because I think Hjorvarstein Gretarsson is a very nice d4 player, and he suddenly played the move. Oh, who knows? No, maybe this is just a trick that it's the first. No, it's on e4, e5 on.
For e5 played, yeah.
And wow, this is a big news. Magnus Carlsen also opts for d4. Matthias Blubaum opts for e4, and the games that the game that progressed the most is Nodirbek Abdusatov against Jan Nepomniachtchi, going for e4. I mean d4, d5, knight g3. No knight c3 business.
No knight c3, yeah. That's quite interesting. But it's a very similar idea, at least.
It's similar, yeah. So he wants to occupy the center with e4.
But what happens if we try also the same idea then, like knight c6? Then he wants e4 probably, or...
But hang on, breaking news, because we have a position which we discussed. Matthias Blubaum against Hikaru Nakamura, e4, f5. He takes f5, queen f5 on the board.
He took, yeah? Very interesting.
We haven't talked about the time format, yeah, because it's a very special one. I think the players have 25 minutes. For the first 30 moves, I have never ever heard about such time control, but I'm actually loving it for the fact that there is a time control, yeah, because clearly the players need to spend time in the opening. You just can't rush, and after move 30 you get an additional 5 minutes for the rest of the game, plus 5 seconds increment per move, yeah. So this is, at least it gives some security, some stability for the players, that they are encouraged to take their time in the very early stages.
Yeah, definitely.
Knight g3 played. So this is the position where I was not sure where to put the queen. What would be your guess?
Yeah, I was actually thinking even to give a check, because it's not so easy to block, yeah?
Okay, bishop e2. And then you mean my queen will be completely stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Like you will be very far from castling suddenly.
Exactly.
And I was thinking if you play queen e2, like the ending should be fine probably for black, I thought. Like here I'm not sure, but something like knight g6, yes.
Okay, so we're gonna castle.
Yeah. So, I mean I take on e2 and castle myself, something like this.
Okay, if you have good nerves, you can even just castle yourself.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm not sure I want my knight on e5, yeah. Like,
okay, yes, because the knight on g6 is very nicely heading towards
exactly,
f4.
I mean I really like this f4 square from the...
Yes.
But in general, I mean, it was more of a sort of solid decision to... I mean, if we trade queens, I will not get in big trouble immediately, I thought, yeah. Like,
yeah, maybe this is exactly the mindset Matthias is having, yeah, because I mean, it's clear that Matthias Blubaum is kind of an underdog. He played the qualification in chess.com, and he qualified, beating David Navarra in the finals. It was a very tough qualification process for Matthias. He was the sole survivor and qualified for the event. And look at this, Hikaru, of course, true to his style, he wants to keep the queens on the board. He's probably already hinting at bringing his knight to f4, castling as quickly as possible, going e5.
he simply already wants to attack.
Yeah, true to his style.
White will probably play d4, I guess. And I was thinking, yeah, I mean, you can go knight c3, but also the knight can come via d2 to f3, yeah?
But maybe let's jump knight c6, can we or
I
not?
want to attack immediately,
Yes,
c3?
hitting this pawn. how do you protect?
Is it pawn to c3?
Pawn to c3. So aiming also some bishop b3.
Yeah, I had this trick that if you want to break with e5, I'm already winning with bishop b3. Yeah?
Yes. Okay. So castles and
Yeah, I was thinking maybe knight d2.
just like this. Yeah. So knight g6.
Knight g6, knight f3. This was my idea.
This is your setup. Yeah.
But I'm not sure because knight on f4 is quite strong. Yeah.
Yeah. We play some d5 and we get some Caro-Kann-ish type of position. Yeah.
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 The
d4
question
played.
is, of course, will you be able to break with e5? But probably you will be able. Yeah.
Yeah. I should. I hope. Yeah.
And then it does not make that much sense.
Yes. Okay, so we have seen that there is at least some ideas we already have noticed. Notice here, let's take a look at Magnus's game because this Magnus game is very special. What happened here? D4, C5 is some Benoni business.
Some Benoni style, yeah?
Yeah, no, I can't believe in Benoni style in, I mean...
No, I mean, it looks very, I mean, I don't know, let's say if you would go to real Benoni, black's pieces would make some sense, yeah? Like the bishop on d8 would already be like a snake Benoni, yeah?
Exactly, ready for bishop a5, bishop f6,
exactly.
Depends.
And also knight on g6 would not be so stupid.
Yeah, but Magnus grabs the space, yeah, immediately in the center with e4 and black plays the move queen d6. Wow. I mean, we see the evaluation bar hates it. On the other hand, it puts some pressure on the d5 pawn. Probably Vladimir is trying to castle as quickly as possible, then eventually try to open the e-file quickly with rook e8 check to follow. So, yes, despite the evaluation bar not loving it, there are some reasons behind it.
No, definitely, but yeah, it's like the queen looks also quite vulnerable on d6, right?
So we will sacrifice some pawn, only how, yeah?
Yeah, like this h2 pawn is of course not going to be taken, I guess.
Then let's go knight c3.
Knight c3, yeah?
Yeah, knight c3, okay, yes, knight c3
Let's
on
say
the board.
Castle, yeah?
Let me castle.
Now... Well, I can play knight g3 still, I guess. I mean, my intention was if you now take on
a5.
Yeah, but you play bishop a5 first, yeah?
Well, I don't know if I have to worry about queen d5. I know, Vladimir goes knight g6, just
knight G6
tranquilo,
first, yeah.
you know, like the house is not burning at all. He wants to keep the castles in the pocket for the moment.
Of course, it's hard to stop him from castling, yeah?
Yes.
But I'm not sure, like probably white can be castle long later. Or you still think that white is intending short castle?
I don't know. I also felt like this is maybe one of the biggest questions in the position, that is white trying to go short or long castle?
Because if you want long castle, maybe modest move like bishop d2 is possible to...
Just to stabilize, yeah?
Yeah, he has to stabilize.
Yes.
Like, the problem is I'm not sure where I want to put my bishop on d1.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
If given the chance, dream scenario could be something like f4 and bishop f3, yeah? If you have...
Yeah. I also have this f4 very much in mind, trying to...
The problem, I did not like it immediately because of bishop a5.
Yes, exactly. That's why I thought that bishop d2 is a very nice stabilizing.
Because f4, bishop a5, and now I cannot play e5 because of the pin, yeah? So I'm preparing this sequence with playing bishop d2 first.
Yeah, bishop d2 is kind of a nice little touch. Magnus says, you know guys, don't worry for me, I will handle it. I first go f4, I will find a way to deal with bishop a5. So how?
Yeah, what is his...
Blitzed out, bishop a5 blitzed out on the board.
Yeah, that must have been the idea. But actually this queen also does not have that many squares. You can... No way to really trap it, yeah?
I mean, can we just maybe... But queen f3 looks a bit awkward, yeah?
Yeah, not so...
Then the bishop remains stupid.
Exactly. I have a feeling I should sacrifice a pawn somehow, but the question is which one and where.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, if we could get rid of this a5 bishop at the cost of sacrificing a pawn, I would be very happily taking it, but...
Exactly, but the question is if it's possible at all.
Yeah, because in long terms, of course, black will have this horrible bishop on c8 there, and also horrible knight on b8, as long as white will be able to keep his d5 pawn. So that's clearly a big problem for black. So he's trying to put immediate pressure on all these pawns.
Maybe, let's say, can I play bishop d2 anyway?
Anyway, yeah.
So but bishop takes...
You know, I wanted to play the move bishop d2, but Magnus overruled my move.
Oh, he overruled you already, yeah?
He played queen f2. He wants to castle as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, basically similar idea like what I first told with queen f3, but keeping flexible bishop on d1.
Yeah.
And also protecting some dark squares. I'm kind of liking this.
He takes d5, I guess he simply wants to play e5, yeah? It's not clear actually, maybe e takes d5 is also possible. I mean, let's say e takes d5, queen takes d5, short castle, and black is in big danger, I guess.
Because now we have a tempo, yeah?
Now we have rook e1 tempo, yeah, and also a tempo on the queen.
Yeah, basically you have to take, otherwise the check will be deadly.
Yeah, but then, okay, we take back and we have this f5, f6 if you castle.
Exactly,
and,
liking some bishop c5 Spanish, yeah?
Yeah. No, this looks like a strategy.
This is horrible, yeah. So, hang on. So after queen f2, yeah, if e takes d5, we will be just taking it back. Okay, of course you don't have to take, you can castle.
You can castle, but then also...
We also castle.
The question is why this queen is on d6.
Yes. Yeah, this is...
No, I mean, if you don't, let's say, make use of it immediately, it will be terribly misplaced, yeah?
Yeah, and also the knight on g6, yeah, with this f5, f6 coming, it can very easily...
Knight g3 and knight will come e4 or f5. It looks like a disaster for black if nothing.
Yes,
Very
I
concrete.
also have the feeling that this is very scary. And now Vladimir is taking his time. I mean, maybe it's already a bit too late.
It's a bit too late. I mean, it feels like it, yeah?
Exactly, yeah.
Nice,
I don't know
exactly. 140%.
Because if he castles, he just delays the problem for one move, yeah? I mean, white castles and you again have to make the same decision.
Yeah, so let's castle, and maybe you will have to put the pawn to f5. It's a defensive move, but just to...
But you mean immediately, yeah? Or...
But then some e5, d6.
Then e5, d6 and this bishop. This is like some Nimso, this Samish Nimso gone.
Exactly, yeah,
wrong,
just to highlight, yeah, what
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, where is this queen running, hiding?
And then, okay, after d6, it's
Yeah.
like,
No, this is horrible.
usually
so,
you have to sacrifice a couple of pawns to get that as white, yeah?
So in fact, he did capture ed5, and Magnus played instantly the pawn
he
sacrifice
castled
with
immediately,
short
yeah?
castle. Wow.
So if d4, he wants e5, I guess.
Or knight d5 or e5, yeah, one of this. Yeah, let's push e5.
Yeah, not so easy to find any square, yeah? Because knight d5 will come.
Yeah, knight d5 or knight d, depending, yeah, where do you go?
Yeah, sure. No, but actually where, I mean, you don't really have any reasonable squares at all, right? Because queen c6, there is also bishop f3.
Yeah, so okay, I mean, what I'm seeing here, yeah, d4 played is super scary, and now let's take a look how quickly will Magnus take his time, or will he blitz out e5? Does he have a very clear vision already what he wants? Or he just felt like, you know, that I have so many tempting options, I will figure it out.
Yeah, probably. But it's very hard to see how black is surviving after.
Yeah, the queen on d6, I mean, after all, somehow I feel that it's nice that still the chess rules, yeah, that says
Exactly.
don't prematurely activate your queen very early in the game, and it seems like even here it heavily backfired.
It looks like, yeah. But what is he actually thinking about? Is he thinking about knight d5 immediately?
I guess so, yeah, I mean...
But then knight e7, yeah, and you are trading a little bit at least.
After knight d5 you would go knight e7, or?
Yeah, I was thinking just to sort of
Just get rid of this
Some
terrible
traits at
knight.
least should help me, yeah?
I mean, e5 looks so much more in the spirit, right? I mean,
Definitely, definitely.
yeah, just to kick the queen away, making nice loot for the knight, because maybe even knight e4 will be nice.
Knight e4 can also be very nice, yeah.
Yes, I mean, depending where the queen is moving, knight e4, knight d5, super scary stuff. Okay, Magnus taking little time. Let's go to Nodierbek Abdusatov against Jan Nepomniachtchi game, because I feel like things are escalating here.
Yeah,
as well.
That almost looked like normal chess for, for a moment, yeah?
Wow, this is a piece sacrificed by Nodierbek. But what a tempting one. I mean, Black's king on e8 is looking horrible.
Yeah. But, okay, you can run king d7, king c7 maybe, if you give checks immediately with white.
Yeah, looks
But
like you will
I guess
have
rook
to.
e1 is the first move that comes to mind, yeah?
Yeah, you will have to run, but I mean, also one very interesting point that that Sotri is mentioned immediately looking at the position. It feels like some King's Gambit, and
Okay, yeah,
if you
maybe,
know King's Gambit, yeah, that Jan is the one who loves this initiative, and now in the very first game, being targeted and his king starts to run, there is nothing else to do. Wow.
Yeah, it looks tempting, but also this is a piece, but
Yeah, knight on b6 gives some stability, right?
some stability. Okay, you can, I guess, at some point take on c6 and bring your own knight to c5. I'm not sure when.
Okay, we have to make sense of it. At least we have to try. So let's just very quickly see what happened. d4, d5, knight g3, f5. So Jan was trying to keep things closed, but Nodierbek managed to somehow break the structure. Yeah, bishop d2, bishop to c2, and then going for long castle and very quick f4. Yeah, that was the problem for Jan. So he felt like the need to create some
Yeah, this
confusion.
g5 feels quite desperate, yeah?
Yes, yeah, like you know that it doesn't feel good, and let me try to gamble somehow. So takes e4, f4, and that's how we are reaching the current position. The piece sacrifice just appeared with ed5, f take g3, rook e1 check, king d7, h take g3, knight f5, and that's the current position.
Yeah. But how, okay, so how do you attack, like, more concretely?
Well, I think you are the one who is a big attacker, no?
I'm the one
Let me try to defend,
yeah?
Niels.
Yeah. No, it feels like at some point, definitely we should take on c6, yeah?
Yes, d takes c6 played. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm believing that b takes c6 should be played.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
d5
d5 is
waiting.
very tempting. The question is if it's too early, but okay, let's try.
Well, d5 already happened.
Ah, he played, yeah? Okay.
Yes.
So d5? Yeah,
Wow.
you really...
So it's basically my move. I mean, it's like you push d4, d5, and I have to find the defense.
Yeah, now it's you, yeah? Now you have to play black.
Yeah, I have to defend, but oh my god, the queen can't move because the knight on f5 is loose. The bishop on
Yes.
c2 is very powerful.
Yeah, you really don't want to let my queen to b5, I guess. That would be way too dangerous.
Yes, but I mean, how
But
do
how
I
do you-
also need to close somehow the position. Can I play c5? I know it looks suicidal, but
b5 check, you
and
want...
then some rook e8 is no, rook e8 you can't play. Yeah, so queen b5 check, king c7.
Like this, yeah?
Wow, don't ask me. I mean, it's
No,
it's
it's very brave.
you know, I just realized that you have queen c6 check. I blundered it.
Ah,
but-
you blundered? No, I thought you wanted to go to b8 and...
Yes, I can explain that I wanted. No, I did not want anything.
You did not really... Okay, it's understandable you didn't want, but here actually it's not so bad, yeah? Because you get bishop b7.
Exactly. I have some bishop d7, bishop b7,
Oh, bishop
rook
d7
g6.
also actually, yeah.
I'm alive.
So c5 trying to close it, but...
Yeah, but okay, it was easy for me to make the move because I blundered everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's much harder
Maybe
if
it
you...
wasn't so bad, but yeah, Nyepo opted for bishop b7, developing the piece.
Yeah. But now after... yeah, it looks... Looks scary, but
Yeah, but this looks, I mean, I simply did not believe that black can survive, because now everything opens up, the queen will join the party with check.
yeah, we check somewhere. Even
I mean, all those pieces are ready to join the battle. I mean, it's impossible to survive this.
most probably yes. But okay, how do we do it? Or it's again it's again my turn.
Well, if you need help, I mean, just just.
I was thinking even more modest move like queen e2, but then maybe you have knight d4.
Knight d4. I'm dreaming of knight d4.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that you are like. Then I take d takes c6.
Oof.
I will create some pin.
Yeah. Okay. Bishop takes.
Yeah, queen d3. Let's
Queen
say.
d3. Queen d6.
Knight knight e4. You simply take. Yeah.
I simply take.
And queen takes h7 check.
Queen takes
Bishop
h7.
e7, yeah?
This is part. I mean, it's part of the plan. Maybe I have to resign, but
but still, yeah.
bishop e7.
Yeah. And bishop f5. You will have to take it.
But I mean, finally, I developed all my pieces.
Yeah. I mean, either now you are actually escaping, or you are still mated.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
there is nothing in between, at least. But bishop f5, and then later I will have rook e6.
I mean, I feel that if I don't lose in the next two moves, I will be fine. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure at all if I.
I agree with you, but I also feel that you will most probably lose. Yeah. But rook e6 maybe some intermediate move, yeah? You have some rook f8 or something like this.
Yes, something. I mean, at least this already feels like some chess, and I got rid of your c2 bishop.
Yeah. No, definitely. I have to now win immediately if this should work, yeah?
Yes, yes. I mean, okay, as you highlighted, yeah, any of these rook moves to f8, and the heat is on.
Yeah, exactly. Anything can still happen here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So okay, let's go back
Yeah,
after
that should be
bishop
some more
b7.
convincing.
Because yeah, we also see the evolution bar screams that white is just crushing, and it looks like there is no way black will survive the next couple of moves, but
But so far, not so easy, huh?
not so easy, yeah. And I think Nodirbek is absolutely correctly feeling that he needs to think, because the next couple of moves will be so decisive. Yeah, if he finds the right way, then it can just be game over, and no problem at all with the clock.
Definitely, definitely. So in general, black wants to put the knight on d6 to defend.
Yeah, that's another kind of defensive mechanism that I was also thinking of.
Exactly, like it's tempting to attack the knight with queen d3 or something like that, but then knight d6 seems to cover at least.
Luckily, the bishop on d2 doesn't have a good square, yeah?
Exactly, exactly.
And it blocks the d file. I mean, that's kind of some hope, but I can imagine that Jan is thinking, why I don't have the white pieces here, yeah?
Yeah. No, with white he would be very happy for sure.
It's clear that he has millions of ideas that he's seeing for his opponent, but
Yes.
now it's praying time for him.
Yeah. Queen e2 was close, but didn't really work in the end.
Yeah, it's. I mean, somehow I'm not that worried of Queen e2. I don't know why, but I'm just so afraid of everything. And if I feel that if you make one move, at least I don't have to be scared of the other things. Yeah.
No, that's of course true, but
That's the only positive I'm seeing from Black's perspective.
Yeah, what else actually is there? I want, of course, to keep your king in the center, so I'm even thinking of some strange stuff like take on c6 and put the queen on a6 just to activate it, but
Or like this, yeah, DC, bishop c6, and then activate the queen.
yeah, I mean maybe I will have some knight a4 or bishop a4 later.
Also, maybe trying to get rook d1, rook g1.
Exactly,
Yeah, just
exactly. But knight d6 again.
knight d6, knight d4 is too much. Yeah, it's too loose.
Knight d4 in general, I thought too risky, but
Yes,
I mean,
it's
who
too
knows,
risky. Yeah, I mean, better to just
Who knows?
stabilize as much as we can.
Yeah, again, the problem is this bishop, yeah, on d2. Like, I want the rook d1, but actually, where do I go with my bishop later?
Yes.
Or do I have time for rook d1 followed by slowly bishop e3? That's another question, of course.